Hello students, today this lesson will be about transforming values into decimal or fraction form. And this will help you for your RCA 105. Let's say they give you 42%. Therefore, you have to transform this value into a decimal or fraction. Alright, let's see. I'm going to do whatever is easier. 42%. We know that this percent means out of 100. Out of 100. Out of 100 means over 100. In other words, what we have is 42 over 100. So we have transformed this value into a fraction. If we wanted to transform it into a decimal, then there is a trick. 42 over 100. All we have to do is copy the number 42, put the decimal point at the end, right there, and now we gotta move in this direction as many zeros as we have in the denominator. So we have 2 zeros in the denominator. Therefore, we're gonna move this decimal point twice. Once, twice. So my decimal point will end before the number 4. Therefore, my final answer will be point, then the 4 and the 2. So you see how the decimal point moved from here twice, all the way to here. So that's the answer, or you can write it as 0.42, which is the same thing. Another example, example number 2. Let's say we have 0.007. This is a decimal. So as per the directions, we have to transform it into a decimal, but this is already a decimal. So therefore, we have to transform it into a fraction because it says or fraction. So we're gonna transform this into a fraction. And this is how you do it. You basically just ignore the zeros and go to the first number that you have that is not a zero. In this case, that's 7. So we put the 7, and in the bottom, we will place a 1 with as many zeros, I don't know how many, as we have to move the decimal point from where it is right now all the way to after the 7. So in that case, we'll have to move it once, twice, 3 times. So I'll have to put 1, 2, 3 zeros. Therefore, 0.007 is the same as 7 over 1,000. 1,000. 7 thousandths will be the answer. 7 thousandths. Now something else. Whenever you count the decimal spaces that you're moving, your decimal point, whenever you count that, be very careful. I'm going to do it one more time for 0.007. 0.007. That's my original number. And we know we have to move the decimal point all the way here. And we want to know how many spaces we moved it. But I've seen students make this mistake. They go 1, 2 times. So it'd be better to just cross out the numbers that you're moving, that you're jumping on. So you're jumping 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. That gives you a more exact answer. So here we have another example, 4 and 23 thousandths. Transforming this value into a decimal. Okay, so how do we transform this into a decimal? It is very simple. We know we have 4 wholes. So we have to write 4 point, and then it's 23 over 100, 23 hundredths. So if this is the 10th place, and this is the hundredths with a TH at the end. Hundredths place with a TH at the end, same as tenths with a TH at the end. We know we gotta fill up to this 2 spaces. So these numbers will go here, 23. That is the answer, 4.23. In other words, we see 23 hundredths and we see 2 zeros, 1 and 2. That means we gotta fill up 2 spaces because there are 2 zeros in the denominator. So we fill up 2 spaces after the decimal point. 4.23 is the answer. Another example, 138%. So just like we did earlier, percent means over 100 or divided by 100. So 138% is just 138 divided by 100. So we just copy the top, 138. We put the decimal point. Whenever they don't give you a decimal point, like in this case, it's because it's at the end. So it's right here at the end. And now we gotta move it back. How many spaces? Well, 1 0, 2 zeros. 2 spaces. The denominator, the 100, as many zeros are there here, will be the amount of spaces you had to move to the left. So we'll move 1, and be very careful when you do this, or you'll end up with the wrong answer. And 2, right here. Now, I don't want you to show me these are your answer because this is confusing. I want you to, on a clear new line, you write all of this. So the answer is 1.38. 1.38. Very clear. Here we had 1 and 2 different decimal points, so I don't know where the answer is. Right here. So this is the answer. So thank you very much for paying attention to this video, and that is it.